Have you ever wished to be the person someone can't stop thinking about? Picture yourself as the one who, effortlessly, becomes the center of their attention and desire. What if I told you that making someone come to you, as if drawn by a magnet, is completely within reach? What if every moment you spend apart only heightens their desire to be closer to you, as though you've cast a spell that makes them long for your presence? It sounds like a dream, right? But it's not just fantasy. It's entirely possible with a few simple Stoic habits. As the saying goes, the more you chase something, the quicker it runs away. Let it come to you. Today, we're diving into how you can become irresistibly magnetic by adopting principles that naturally attract people to you. This isn't about using tricks or playing games. It's about enhancing your natural qualities so strongly that your absence feels like a missing piece in their life. We're going to draw from Stoic wisdom, a philosophy so profound that it turns your quiet confidence into a powerful force that pulls people toward you repeatedly. If you're ready to be the one they always want to be around, you're in the right place. We'll explore habits that make you so appealing they'll be drawn to you without even realizing why. Are you ready to see how easy it is to become the person they can't stop thinking about? Let's dive in and uncover the secrets to making them eagerly anticipate your presence. But before we get started, I've got a challenge that will set the stage for what's coming next. If you're ready to step into your power and let your silence speak louder than any words, it's time to show the world and yourself that you're not just stepping back, but stepping up in a way that will make them feel your absence like never before. Let's see how many of you are ready to embrace this powerful shift and make your presence undeniable, even when you're not there. 1. Unshakable self-worth. Let's dive into the first habit that's absolutely essential if you want others to be drawn to you: unshakable self-worth. This isn't just about feeling good about yourself. It's about deeply recognizing your value so that others can't help but notice it too. When you develop unshakable self-worth, you're not just someone people want to be around. You become someone they need to be around. Picture this. You walk into a room, and there's something about you that commands attention. You're not the loudest person there, nor are you trying to be. Instead, a quiet confidence radiates from you, signaling that you know exactly who you are and what you bring to the table. That's what unshakable self-worth looks like. So why is this so important? Think about it. People are naturally drawn to those who are confident and self-assured. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you don't need validation from others because you already know your value. And guess what? That makes you incredibly attractive. As the saying goes, confidence is silent, insecurities are loud. But what does it really mean to have unshakable self-worth? It's about truly believing in your own value, regardless of what others think. It's about knowing that you don't need anyone else to complete you because you're already whole. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you understand this truth, you become a magnet, attracting people who are drawn to your strength and confidence. Building unshakable self-worth doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires a shift in mindset. You need to start valuing yourself for who you are, not for what others think of you. This means letting go of the need for approval and focusing on your own journey. Begin by reflecting on your strengths, achievements, and the qualities that make you unique. Write them down and remind yourself of these regularly. When you focus on your positive attributes, you start to see just how valuable you really are. People with unshakable self-worth don't let others walk all over them. They know when to say no and aren't afraid to do so. By setting boundaries, you're telling others that you respect yourself and expect the same from them, which earns their respect and admiration in return. And let's not forget about self-care. Taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally is a vital part of building self-worth. When you prioritize your well-being, you send a message to yourself and others that you are worth the effort. It's like the safety briefing on an airplane. You need to put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. When you take care of yourself, you're in a better position to help others and attract them to you. You might wonder how this actually makes people come to you. Well, here's the thing. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured. When you have unshakable self-worth, you exude confidence and independence. You're not clinging to others for validation, which makes you incredibly attractive. Imagine you're in a relationship, but instead of constantly seeking reassurance or validation from your partner, you're living your best life, pursuing your goals, engaging in hobbies, and enjoying your own company. You're not always available at their beck and call, and this creates a healthy space in the relationship. What happens next? Your partner starts to miss you, wonder what you're up to, and crave your presence even more. Your absence starts speaking for you. Take the example of Alex, who always struggled with self-worth. He constantly sought approval from friends and partners, always worrying about what they thought of him. But then Alex discovered Stoicism and began working on his self-worth. He started to see himself differently, not as someone who needed validation, but as someone who already had value. As Alex's self-worth grew, he noticed a change in how others treated him. His friends began to respect his opinions more, his relationships improved, and he no longer felt the need to constantly seek approval. In fact, people started coming to him for advice and guidance, drawn to his confidence, calm demeanor, and ability to stand firm in his beliefs. Now let's lighten things up. Picture yourself in a coffee shop where you see two people. One is nervously glancing around, checking their phone every 2 seconds, clearly waiting for someone to notice them. The other is calmly sipping their coffee, reading a book, totally at ease in their own company. Which person are you more likely to be drawn to? The second one, right? Because they're not desperate for attention. They're comfortable in their own skin. That's the power of unshakable self-worth. It's like being the person who doesn't need Wi-Fi in a coffee shop. Everyone else is searching for a connection, but you're just chilling, fully content. In relationships, unshakable self-worth is key to creating a dynamic where the other person feels drawn to you. When you value yourself, you're not afraid to walk away from situations that don't serve you. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about understanding that your time and energy are valuable, and you won't waste them on people who don't appreciate you. As Seneca wisely said, if you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. This doesn't mean you become distant or aloof. It means you have a healthy balance of independence and connection. You can be in a relationship, but you're not defined by it. This balance is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're with them by choice, not out of need. So, if there's one thing to take away from this, it's this. When you cultivate unshakable self-worth, you don't have to chase people. They will come to you. Your confidence, independence, and value all become magnetic forces that draw others in. You'll find that your absence will start speaking for you, creating a space that others are eager to fill with your presence. So, I challenge you today. Start recognizing your worth, set those boundaries, and take care of yourself. The more you value yourself, the more others will value you too. And before you know it, they'll be coming to you, not because you chase them, but because they simply can't resist the pull of your unshakable self-worth. If you're ready to start this journey, drop a comment below with the words, "My absence speaks." Let's declare it together and watch as your value shines through, naturally drawing others to you. Keep growing, keep shining, and remember, you're worth it. Let's move on to the next habit, shall we? So, after hearing about the power of unshakable self-worth, you might be wondering, How do I maintain this sense of self-worth when life gets tough and I start doubting myself? What do I do when others try to undermine my confidence, or when my own inner critic starts to get loud? This is an important question, and I'm glad you're thinking about it because, let's be real, we all face moments when our self-worth is challenged. Maybe you've been in a situation where someone said something that made you question your value, or perhaps you faced a setback that shook your confidence. It happens to all of us. The key is knowing how to hold on to your self-worth, even when the world tries to knock you down. First, let's talk about self-awareness. When life gets tough, it's easy to start doubting ourselves. That's when you need to take a step back and reflect. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is this doubt coming from a real issue, or is it just my mind playing tricks on me? Often, we let temporary feelings cloud our judgment, forgetting that our value isn't determined by a single moment or comment. Next, it's crucial to stay grounded in your values. Remember what we discussed earlier. Your worth isn't tied to what others think of you. It's about who you are and what you stand for. When someone tries to undermine your confidence, remind yourself of the values and principles that define you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, keep your thoughts focused on your strengths and the positive aspects of who you are. Another strategy is to surround yourself with positive influences. It's much easier to maintain your self-worth when you're around people who lift you up rather than bring you down. Seek out those who appreciate your true value and who can remind you of your worth when you're feeling low. Lastly, don't be afraid to practice self-compassion. We're all human, and we all have moments of doubt. Instead of beating yourself up, be kind to yourself. Acknowledge that it's okay to have off days, but don't let those moments define you. Remember, your self-worth is like a muscle. The more you practice reinforcing it, the stronger it becomes. By staying self-aware, grounded in your values, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and practicing self-compassion, you'll find that your self-worth becomes more resilient, even in tough times. And when you maintain that unshakable self-worth, you continue to draw people to you, no matter what challenges come your way. 2. Master emotional control. Let's dive into our second habit, mastering emotional control. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Emotional control? That sounds like trying to keep a straight face when you step on a Lego barefoot. But trust me, mastering your emotions isn't about becoming a robot. It's about learning to manage your reactions so that you stay in control, no matter what life throws at you. So why is this so important when it comes to attracting people to you? Well, think about it. Have you ever been around someone who's always calm and collected, even in the most stressful situations? It's like they have this inner peace that just radiates out, and you can't help but feel drawn to them. That's the power of emotional control. When you can manage your emotions, you become the kind of person others want to be around because you bring a sense of stability and calm to any situation. Let's break it down a bit. Mastering emotional control doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. It's about being aware of your emotions, understanding them, and choosing how to respond rather than just reacting impulsively. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it perfectly when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset is a game changer because it shifts your focus from what you can't control, like other people's actions or external events, to what you can control, your own response. Here's the thing. People who can manage their emotions tend to make better decisions, communicate more effectively, and handle stress with grace. These are all qualities that others find incredibly attractive because they create an environment of trust and reliability. When you're in control of your emotions, you're not easily swayed by the ups and downs of life, which makes you a steady presence in the lives of others. And in a world full of chaos, Who wouldn't want to be around someone who can remain calm and composed? But let's get practical. How do you actually master emotional control? It starts with self-awareness, which we talked about earlier. You need to recognize when your emotions are starting to take over and pause before you react. This might mean taking a deep breath, counting to 10, or even stepping away from the situation for a moment. It's about giving yourself that space to think before you act. Another powerful tool is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, you train your brain to stay present and focused, which helps you manage your emotions more effectively. When you're mindful, you're less likely to get caught up in negative thoughts or let your emotions spiral out of control. Instead, you can observe your emotions without getting swept away by them, which allows you to respond in a more balanced and thoughtful way. Now, let's talk about perspective. Sometimes, our emotions can get the best of us because we're too focused on the moment. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you realize that most things aren't as bad as they seem. This shift in perspective can help you stay calm and keep your emotions in check. As the Stoics would say, remember you are just an impression away from calm. By changing how you perceive a situation, you can change how you feel about it. But mastering emotional control isn't just about managing negative emotions. It's also about knowing when to let the positive ones flow. When you're in control of your emotions, you can choose to express joy, gratitude, and love in ways that deepen your connections with others. This balance between emotional control and emotional expression makes you someone people love being around, because they know they can trust you to be both steady and authentic. Take a moment to reflect on how you handle your emotions. Do you find yourself reacting impulsively when things don't go your way? Or are you able to stay calm and composed? If you're more on the impulsive side, don't worry. Mastering emotional control is a skill that anyone can develop with practice. Start by becoming more aware of your emotional triggers and practicing mindfulness techniques. Over time, you'll find that you're able to handle your emotions with more grace and ease. And here's the best part. When you master emotional control, you not only improve your relationships with others, but you also improve your relationship with yourself. You become more resilient, more confident, and more at peace with who you are. And that, my friends, is incredibly attractive. So if you're ready to take your emotional control to the next level, drop a comment below with the words, "I choose calm." Let's commit to this journey together, knowing that as we master our emotions, we become magnets for positive, healthy relationships. 3. The art of listening. Let's move on to our third habit, the art of listening. Now, I'm not just talking about nodding along while someone else speaks. I'm talking about truly, deeply listening. The kind of listening where the other person feels heard, understood, and valued. This is a powerful skill that, when mastered, can make people gravitate toward you like bees to honey. Think about it. How often do we really listen to others? In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts, waiting for our turn to speak, or simply zoning out. But when you take the time to really listen to someone, you're doing something rare and valuable. You're giving them your full attention, and in doing so, you're showing them that they matter. This kind of listening is what builds strong, meaningful connections. When people feel heard, they feel valued, and when they feel valued, they want to be around you. It's as simple as that. Listening is an art because it requires patience, empathy, and the ability to set aside your own thoughts and opinions to truly focus on the other person. But the rewards are immense. When you master the art of listening, you create relationships that are built on trust, respect, and genuine understanding. Let's talk about some practical ways to improve your listening skills. First, make eye contact. This simple gesture shows the other person that you're fully engaged and paying attention to what they're saying. Next, practice active listening. which means not just hearing the words, but also understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. This might involve asking follow-up questions, paraphrasing what the other person said to confirm your understanding, or simply nodding to show that you're following along. It's also important to be mindful of your body language. Open, relaxed posture, leaning slightly forward, and avoiding distractions like checking your phone all signal to the other person that you're present and engaged. And don't forget about the power of silence. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is simply listen without interrupting or offering advice. Just being there, fully present, is enough to make the other person feel heard and valued. Now, let's put this into perspective. Imagine you're having a conversation with someone who's going through a tough time. Instead of jumping in with solutions or trying to fix their problem, you take a different approach. You listen, really listen. You let them express their feelings without judgment, and you offer support simply by being there. What happens? The other person feels a deep sense of relief and connection because they've been given the space to be themselves without any pressure or expectation. That's the power of listening. Let's also talk about the impact of listening on your own growth. When you listen, you open yourself up to new perspectives and ideas. You learn from others, gain insights, and expand your understanding of the world. It's a two-way street. By giving others the gift of your attention, you also enrich your own life. Take a moment to think about your listening habits. Are you fully present when others speak? Or are you often distracted, thinking about what you're going to say next? If you find yourself in the latter category, don't worry. Improving your listening skills is something you can start working on today. Begin by practicing active listening in your next conversation. Make a conscious effort to really focus on the other person, ask questions, and show that you're engaged. And here's the magic. When you become a better listener, you naturally draw people to you. They'll seek you out because they know you'll give them the gift of your attention and understanding. You become a safe space for others, and that's something people are always drawn to. So, if you're ready to master the art of listening, drop a comment below with the words, "I'm all ears." Let's make a commitment to becoming better listeners and watch as our relationships deepen and grow. 4. Purpose-driven living. All right, folks, let's talk about the fourth habit on our journey to becoming someone they simply can't resist: purpose-driven living. Now, this might sound like something you've heard before, but stick with me, because this habit is truly a game changer when it comes to naturally drawing people towards you. Imagine this scenario. Two people are in a room. One is aimlessly drifting through life, unsure of what they want, while the other is passionately discussing their goals, dreams, and the projects they're working on. Who do you think captures more attention? It's the person who knows where they're headed. Purpose-driven individuals have a certain energy that's contagious and inspiring. When you live with purpose, you exude a kind of confidence and direction that naturally attracts others. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When your thoughts align with a clear purpose, not only do you find happiness, but you also become someone others admire and want to be around. Purpose gives your life meaning, and that meaning is something others will notice and be drawn to. Now, don't get me wrong. Living with purpose doesn't mean you have to become a monk or give up all your pleasures. It's simply about knowing what you want from life and actively working towards it. Let's be honest, who wouldn't be intrigued by someone who's got their life together? It's like being the main character in your own story. And trust me, everyone loves a good main character. Let's lighten things up with a bit of humor. Picture yourself at a party where everyone's chatting about their latest Netflix binge. But then you casually mention that you've been working on a side project, maybe something creative like writing a book or learning a new skill. Suddenly, you're not just another guest at the party. You're the person everyone wants to talk to. People are naturally curious about others who are driven by something bigger than themselves. That's the magic of purpose-driven living. When you live with purpose, you create a magnetic aura around you. It's like you're a beacon, and people can't help but be drawn to your light. They see you making moves, growing, evolving, and they want to be part of that journey. It's this sense of direction that makes you stand out, attracting them not because you're chasing them, but because you're too busy chasing your dreams. And that, my friends, is incredibly attractive. Here's the best part. When you're living a purpose-driven life, you don't need to be constantly present in someone's life to be on their mind. Your absence starts to speak for you. They begin to wonder, how are they progressing with their goals? This curiosity keeps you in their thoughts, and before you know it, they're the ones reaching out, eager to reconnect. So next time you're caught up in the daily grind, take a moment to check in with your purpose. What's driving you? What's your next goal? By staying connected to your purpose, you're not just improving your life, you're becoming someone others are irresistibly drawn to. Your absence will begin to speak for you, making them miss your energy, passion, and drive. It's a powerful way to make a lasting impression, and the best part? It's completely within your control. So let's embrace purpose-driven living and watch as people naturally come to you, drawn by the magnetic force of your ambition and dedication. Keep shining brightly, my Stoic friends, and remember, you are the main character in this story. Now let's go out there and make them want to be part of it. 5. Cultivate patience. So folks, let's dive into our fifth habit. Cultivate patience. I know patience isn't the most glamorous habit out there, but trust me, it's a game changer when it comes to making people gravitate towards you. Patience is like the secret sauce that adds depth to your character. It's the quiet strength that tells others, I'm in control and I don't need to rush. And believe me, that's attractive. Picture this. You're in a situation where things aren't moving as fast as you'd like. Maybe you're waiting for someone to respond, or perhaps a situation to resolve itself. Instead of getting frustrated or acting impulsively, you stay calm. You understand that good things take time, and you're not about to let impatience ruin the outcome. This calm demeanor not only gives you peace of mind, but it also shows others that you're not easily shaken. People are naturally drawn to this kind of stability. Marcus Aurelius once said, "No great thing is created suddenly." This quote perfectly captures the essence of patience. When you practice patience, you're not just sitting around waiting. You're showing that you have the strength to wait for the right moment, which makes your presence even more valuable. Think about it. When you're patient, you're not chasing after things or people. Instead, they find themselves coming to you, drawn by your unwavering calm and confidence. So, cultivate patience, folks. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right thing at the right time. By embracing patience, you send a powerful message. You're someone who values quality over speed, depth over superficiality. And trust me, you'll find that your absence will start speaking for you. People will begin to realize the calm, centered presence they're missing and will be eager to reconnect. So stay patient, stay focused, and let them come to you. After all, good things truly do come to those who wait. 6. Radiate positivity. All right, folks, let's discuss our sixth habit, radiate positivity. Now, I know what you're thinking. Being positive sounds great, but how does it make someone come to you? Well, let me tell you, positivity is like a magnet. When you're the person who sees the silver lining, who finds the light even in the darkest situations, people can't help but be drawn to you. It's like you become a beacon of hope in a sea of uncertainty. And who wouldn't want to be around that? Imagine this. You're at work and things are hectic. Everyone's stressed, tensions are high, but there you are, cracking a little joke, keeping things light, and offering a smile that says, "Hey, we've got this." Suddenly, You're not just another face in the crowd. You're the person everyone wants to be around because you make things easier just by being there. Seneca once said, "The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach." One of those blessings is the ability to choose our attitude no matter the circumstances. Positivity isn't just about being cheerful. It's about creating an atmosphere where people feel good just being near you. It's contagious. When you radiate positivity, others start to feel uplifted around you, and they'll naturally gravitate toward you because you're the person who makes their day a little brighter. It's like being a human sunshine. Everyone needs a little light in their life. And here's the best part. When you're consistently positive, you'll find that your absence will start speaking for you. People will miss that uplifting energy you bring to the table, and they'll come seeking it, even when you're not around. So folks, let's start spreading that positivity and watch as others are irresistibly drawn to your side, eager to bask in the warmth of your presence. After all, who wouldn't want to be around someone who makes them feel like everything's going to be all right? 7. Be unpredictable. All right, folks, let's talk about the 7th habit, be unpredictable. You might be wondering, how does unpredictability make someone come to me? Well, let me tell you, it's all about keeping them on their toes, adding a bit of mystery and excitement to the mix. Imagine this. You're always doing the same things, saying the same things. Eventually, it becomes routine, right? And routine can lead to complacency. But when you're unpredictable, you become intriguing, someone they can't quite figure out, and that's captivating. Picture this. You're usually the person who texts first every morning, but one day you don't. Suddenly, they're wondering, what's going on? Why haven't they texted? This little shift stirs curiosity and makes them think about you even more. As Seneca wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. By being a bit unpredictable, you're exercising your freedom and showing that you're not bound by patterns. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being unreliable. It's about adding a twist now and then. Surprise them with a spontaneous date, a random act of kindness, or even taking a different approach in a conversation. This keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. Remember, unpredictability sparks interest, and interest leads to attraction. So, embrace your spontaneous side, and you'll find that your absence will start speaking for you. They'll begin to crave your presence because they never quite know what to expect. Keep them guessing, and they'll keep coming back for more. 8. Show genuine interest in others. All right, folks, let's dive into the 8th habit, showing genuine interest in others. You might wonder how being interested in others can actually make them come to you. Well, here's the deal. When you truly care about others, it's like opening a door that welcomes them in. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel valued and understood. It's not just about listening to what they're saying. It's about really hearing them and engaging with their thoughts and feelings. Picture this. You're in a conversation, and instead of just waiting for your turn to talk, you're asking thoughtful questions, curious about their day, their dreams, and their concerns. Suddenly they feel special, like they're not just another face in the crowd. As Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple act of listening can transform a casual acquaintance into someone who genuinely looks forward to being around you. And here's the magic. When you show real interest, people begin to associate you with comfort, trust, and warmth. They'll find themselves drawn to you, eager to be in your presence because you make them feel good about themselves. Even when you're not around, they'll miss that feeling of being truly seen and heard. So my friends, embrace this habit, and you'll find that your absence speaks for you. People will long for the connection you provide, and before you know it, they'll be coming to you, eager to share their world with someone who genuinely cares. Ready to make this change? Let's keep going. 9. Embrace solitude. Now let's talk about our 9th habit, embracing solitude. You might be thinking, how can spending time alone make someone come to me? But hear me out. When you're comfortable in your own company, you project a quiet confidence that's irresistibly attractive. It's like being the calm eye of the storm, centered and in control while everything else swirls around you. Imagine this. You're not the person constantly seeking company or validation. Instead, you're content with your own thoughts, enjoying a good book, or simply reflecting on life. People notice that. They see you're not desperate for attention, and suddenly they find themselves drawn to your tranquility. It's as if your self-sufficiency creates a magnetic pull, making them wonder what you're up to and why you're so at peace. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility orders the mind." By embracing solitude, you're not just stepping back, you're creating a powerful space where your absence becomes noticeable, even profound. It's like the classic case of not knowing what you've got until it's gone. So next time you feel the urge to reach out, pause. Take a moment for yourself, find joy in your own company, and you'll find that your absence starts speaking for you. People will begin to miss your presence, drawn to the mysterious allure of someone who doesn't need constant validation. Remember, folks, by mastering the art of solitude, you're not pushing them away, you're drawing them in more powerfully than ever before. 10. Be consistently kind. Let's move on to the 10th habit, being consistently kind. Now, you might think, kindness? Really? How is that going to make anyone come to me? Well, let me tell you, kindness is like a secret superpower that often gets overlooked. When you're consistently kind, you create an environment where people feel safe, appreciated, and most importantly, drawn to your presence. Imagine this. You're the person who always has a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand ready. Over time, people start to associate you with warmth and positivity. They might not realize it right away, but they'll begin seeking you out because you make them feel good. Who wouldn't want to be around someone like that? As the great Seneca once said, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. By living this principle, you become a magnet for positive interactions. Let's be honest, folks, nobody is drawn to someone who is cold, distant, or unkind. Even the toughest personalities appreciate a bit of kindness now and then. When you consistently show kindness, you're not just making others feel valued. You're also subtly letting them know they're important in your life. And guess what? They'll start to feel like something's missing when you're not around. It's like leaving a little piece of sunshine wherever you go, and who wouldn't want more of that? So be that beacon of kindness, and you'll find that your absence starts speaking for you. People will notice when you're not there, and will seek you out, craving the warmth and positivity only you can provide. Remember, kindness isn't just a nice habit, it's a powerful tool to draw people into your life and keep them there. Keep shining and watch as the world comes to you. These will help you naturally draw others in, making them eager to be around you and miss you when you're not there. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of self-awareness and growth at the Wisdom Hub. Don't forget to watch our next video, appearing right on your screen, to continue enriching your life with Stoic wisdom. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time, stay wise and stay serene. Stay